In this 8th and final episode, I'm surprised by my wife with an amazing gift.
Oh my gosh, how is that possible?
I'm finally able to eat.
Put extra butter on these.
My wife told me I can have as much butter as I want.
And when it's all said and done, faith and family really is everything.
It's beautiful. I mean, I love being a dad. It's who I am.
We are Chris and Linda Paget. We may be flawed and a bit crazy, but we're living the greatest adventure.
From high school sweethearts to parents of 9 children, following our dreams led us here to a 9-sided house in central New York.
In our little paradise, we have connected with the simpler life of family, faith, and very naughty farm animals. We're taking this once abused and neglected piece of land and making it into our happy place.
Evel Knievel not only did not jump over the Snake River, but his rocket went down to the bottom of the canyon where he broke his nose. And we, in the 1970s, looked at each other and said, let's do that. You guys, I don't know how to say this, but I feel like this generation is a little bit soft. Don't be mad at me. But when you grow up rolling around in asbestos and Lincoln lead-based paint, your parents are smoking Pall Mall with the windows all the way up. You get tough! You get tough! Nobody's filling up our gas tank. We gotta do it.
There's a tension for me because I love traveling and doing ministry, but I hate being away from my family. I had all these incredible memories of meeting people of faith and traveling around the country, but then I would come back and I couldn't really explain that or share that because it was such a different world almost. It got to the point where it about killed me, and I finally realized I can't live like that. So when I started doing the solo ministry, it was a lot better because I could oftentimes include my family in that. We would travel together to events, or we would, sometimes Linda would come with me and we would speak at the events together. But last year I missed Thanksgiving, and that was hard, and I...
It was the first major holiday.
It was the first major holiday I've ever missed. I've never missed any of the kids being born, and we have 9 of them. So talk
That's
about
miracle.
miracles. But I missed Thanksgiving, and Linda knew it, so we were kind of prepared for that. But this year, I'm going to miss Thanksgiving again, but Linda gets to go with me. But we are going to be away from our kids for the first time like this together.
Yeah.
It's always tough, even when Linda's come with me for a few days, it's always tough to be away from the kids because people watch me on stage and think, oh, how cool, how funny, but they only get to see part of me. The reality of who I am is more this than it is that, because it's from this that I can do that.
Our whole marriage has been, we've had to practice the idea of moving and shifting holidays and birthdays primarily around. And because for us, we realize it's not necessarily the moment, the specific day that matters. It's the fact that we're together and that we're celebrating. It's already difficult with the kids are all over the country. We have Texas, North Carolina, Florida. To find a holiday when we're all together is almost impossible. Chris is going to be totally surprised. We're just going to make Thanksgiving now. We're going to do it now so that we have that moment this year. So that when we think back on 2018, we did have a family Thanksgiving dinner that we were all together. So Chris hopefully will be here around 1:30, and we'll have the table set and food ready, and then we'll surprise him with Hannah and Maddie. Not in on the idea of Maddie and Hannah flying in. We'll totally surprise him, and I think it's going to be awesome. He's totally going to be taken off guard. It is actually buckled. So this morning, Sunday morning, is a very typical Sunday morning for me because Chris is gone. And he's gone most Sundays. And so we got up, got ready, and load into the car and head to Mass. Give her the keys, but
You want this thing?
Colby, or Audrey, give her the keys. The problem is that Jude has a headache. So Audrey, no click it. What's her name? Audrey.
Don't click the button,
You have
Audrey.
to be quiet with it. I think we're one of those freaky Catholics who actually believe in going to Mass every Sunday. We enjoy it. I mean, the kids probably get tired. They wake up. We all wake up sometimes and think, oh, I don't really feel like going. But it's important. We believe it's very important to, Mass is the most important thing you can do during the week. It's the only time that we're going to have this type of personal intimacy with Jesus physically right there. And so I love our parish. Father Chris is awesome. He's young and dynamic and fun. And our church is, the building itself is new because they had to consolidate 4 different parishes, and so they built a new building, which is, I don't know, it's pretty modern looking, yet it has some of the traditional aspects. But it's been a very unifying part for bringing 4 parishes together who, their children were baptized in these churches, they were married in these churches, they have people buried outside of these churches, and then to have these churches closing is a really hard thing for our time, I think, as Catholics. So a building project like this was very unifying for us, and I think that's really cool, very beautiful. Food is starting to cook, so the idea is that the food gets done at the same time as Chris arrives and it all kind of blends together. Our MVP friend, Melanie, went and picked up Maddie and Hannah at the airport, and so all of us we're generally happy to see them. Well, don't go anywhere.
Coming home is always really exciting because I feel like I get swallowed in hugs.
I love seeing them, like the first time seeing them after I come home. Like Ella's always like one of my favorites to look forward to because she just usually gets really excited, but she didn't really get very excited that much, but I believe she was excited. And with Oliver here, like everybody is oohing and ahhing over this baby.
Yeah, everybody wants Oliver. I'm like second to Oliver, which he's like a Gerber baby, so I can't even be mad about it. So they're basically like, hi Oliver, oh hi Hannah, like, but that's fine.
So it's just a very like exciting time and like anxious for my dad to come. So it's just always great to have everybody under one roof, especially like all of us older kids since we're so like not in the house very often.
So yeah, I'm definitely excited to be back. I'm excited to see my dad. I probably only make it back about 3 times a year.
It's definitely an experience being away. At first I was like, this is great, like not having to deal with everyone, but obviously it's just like, oh, like, and now looking back, everyone's so old, so it's so strange, like so crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely hard. Like, it's hard not seeing the kids grow up. That's definitely the hard thing. And especially having a little one now, like I want him to be around and I want him to be a part of their lives too.
Everyone's like, wow, like you're from 9 kids, and I'm like, but when you're there in the house, it doesn't seem like that much. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just nothing crazy, but
you know, being from a big family comes with its challenges. But I think it taught me responsibility. But I'm not gonna lie, when I left the house for the first time, I was kind of a little excited because there's not like hair in the shower and, you know, bath toys and cleanliness.
I was just very excited to see everybody because it's a very like, not here very long, but I just know like the short time, everybody is just so like excited and
yeah, it's super short visit, but you don't need a lot of time to have a good time. So I'm excited. Okay, so my sister had a really late night at work, but we're about to have Thanksgiving dinner and she's still sleeping.
Yeah, I usually stay away from that. I usually let somebody else wake up Sarah just because.
She has
been
you know.
working a lot, so like
Yeah.
she does need sleep, but
She works nights, so it gets really hard on her, you know, sleep schedule. So she takes it really really serious. Every minute she can get is pretty crucial.
I understand she needs her sleep, but my dad is about to come home and we're planning that huge surprise for him. So we're gonna sneak over there and try to wake her up. So crossing my fingers, she doesn't kill me.
well, we wanted to see her, and we wanted to finally just barge in there and make her uncomfortable.
I can't. I'm not. I'm gonna. Alright. You want to get ready?
Because I love you guys so much. I feel like I hit by a train.
You feel like what?
She's been hit by a train.
The thing is, I also was up till 2 a.m.
Yeah.
trying to catch a flight here.
I guess it wasn't the best idea.
Dude, I woke up at 2 a.m. and I'm going
Yeah,
strong.
right. You're
going strong.
ready to go too. Wait, so is she not gonna wake up then? Really? Wow.
She's got to wake up so we can have this dinner because I'm super hungry.
Here he comes.
What? For what? What is the surprise? Oh! Hey! Oh my gosh! How is that possible? Yeah, when they said surprise, I thought like, this is just a joke. They're just trying to do that because to see what kind of weird reaction I have. But then I looked and I'm like, what the? That's Hannah and Oliver and Madeline's here, and this is the best. I can't believe it. What? This is weird. Is it my birthday? What? Yeah, I mean, I came up and I was just thinking I got to run through a few things. We got to take care of the snowmobile. We got to take care of putting that link up for the pigs. And I walked in, I'm like, my gosh, it smells amazing in here. Like, what are we cooking? Yes! Oh, I can't. This is the best. What a great. It smells great.
Were you surprised?
Are you crazy? I have no idea. I still don't even know.
Yeah, because we're going to be gone for Thanksgiving, and so we thought, let's have Thanksgiving together.
Oh my gosh, that's
Yes.
beautiful.
Too bad the Steelers are losing right now.
Shut it! Oh my gosh, let's go check it out, Oliver. Yeah, so we're gonna be gone for the whole month of November, for the most part, and I had no idea that they were coming. No idea. You know, I'm exhausted. We've been slammed, and I just finished this little mission. And how, like, it's really, I mean, even a miracle that I'm home early, because normally I have to go out in the evenings, and so I get to be home the rest of the day and just party and be with my family, and then I don't do anything till tomorrow night. It's beautiful. I mean, I love being a dad. It's it's who I am, you know, and just seeing them, I'm proud of them, and I'm excited to just hear stories of what God's done in their life and what they're doing. So, yeah, it's very special. I can't believe it. Look at everybody.
Oh my gosh, wait, we're missing someone. Dad. No, we're missing Sarah.
Sarah's not. She needs to sleep. She's got to work tonight. So let's pray. Come on, Maddie. All right, so Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, amen. Thank you, Lord, for our family. We're so grateful. We're so thankful. Thanks for all the ways that you bless us. Pray especially for Sarah that she'd get the rest she needs to do a great job at work tonight. We ask, Lord, that you would be with those who don't have food and don't have family. Bless us, O Lord. And these thy gifts which you're about to receive from thy bounty through Christ our Lord. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, amen.
Just grab what you want, and then we'll maybe
A little sliver for Oliver to start.
I got him a plate here.
Choose a big boy.
They good?
Dad,
Joe?
put mine on some
Oh,
Dad, these are the most pathetic pieces.
Can I rub my hands all over the ham that you're about to eat, please?
That's cool. You know.
Hannah, are you eating any meat?
No. You vegan.
You vegan.
It's like an insult. You vegan.
Here, give me Dean's plate.
Audrey, do you want some sweet potato?
Is that Dean's?
That's mine.
Having most of the kids here is sad not having Noah, but it has been special having all the kids here, most of them here, just that they're home.
I just worked 2 12-hour night shifts, literally back to back. I am running on 6 hours of sleep in 2 days. They barged their little bodies in my house. I thought there was an emergency. Obviously, I'm happy to see them, but I was too worked up to fall back asleep. So now, I'm gonna go back to work for 12 hours on minimal sleep, trying to take care of humans.
This is seriously
Oh!
Yay!
Is that Sarah? I thought she was gonna miss it.
Well, we knew she wouldn't love it, but we kind of were hoping that it'd make her come up. And it kind of worked. She said she couldn't go back to sleep, but
I don't regret it. I mean, the thing is, I literally only get a couple of hours with her. I mean, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I just wanted to see my sister.
Yeah, we got your plate right there, baby.
love you too. You are family.
Do you want, hey, pass her plate down. You want ham, Sarah? Why would you put butter on this cheese one?
You put
Extra butter on these.
Yeah. My wife told me I can have as much butter as I want on my whatever I eat.
So we have our happy sads that we do at a regular dinner. And sometimes we'll still do that at the holiday dinners. But usually at the holidays, he'll have the kids go around the table. Tell us something that you really appreciate about your mother. It's embarrassing. I'm always like, oh, really? Come on. But he wants to make sure that I feel appreciated. And of course on Thanksgiving you always do the what are you thankful for type of thing. And so I thought since we're kind of doing the whole thing as a surprise for him, I want the children and all of us to kind of share our favorite memories, what do we appreciate about Chris, and what we're thankful for with him, because the man works hard. He does work hard for us. He has always worked hard for us. You don't think that maybe traveling for a living and doing speaking is necessary. It's not manual labor, but it is hard. He puts himself out there all the time, and we greatly, greatly appreciate that.
well, hopefully we can just kind of get him a little emotional, and I think that he honestly will.
Chris is pretty much a big mush. It will be very sentimental. We're gonna get that man to cry. Typically on holidays,
We have them bless you.
we have them. Yeah, everybody has to say something nice about me, which is embarrassing. So we're turning the tables on you today.
Everybody says
Everywhere
something
goes-
nice about mommy.
We're gonna say why we're grateful and thankful for you and for
This is not a good idea.
this is a good idea.
And a memory.
Or a memory or a favorite story or something like that.
Sometimes I feel like he can be very downplayed with his emotions, or it's going to be an emotional wreck. He's a very sentimental person, so it's either going to be the extreme of that, or it's going to be subdued. So.
Oh crap! I forgot mine. I had it, but it's just say something grateful about. Go to someone else. I'm just trying to remember.
We weren't even going to you.
Wow, you took out a lot of pressure real quick. Okay, I remember.
You can start if you want. I'm prepared.
I remember, when I was young, usually when you're traveling, you go out of time, and you always come home really late at night. I remember one night, I think it was somewhere around 11 or 12, you guys came home, so I started sprinting downstairs, just for, just for the kids. Never mind.
Okay, so you sprint down the stairs. That's an amazing one.
It's just funny because she was so high energy about the story. And then it was just him coming down.
She's coming down again.
I don't know how we're gonna top that.
Whoever's next, good luck.
Joe.
I remember when I have nightmares, I used to go to mom and dad's room, and I usually go to mom, and then she says no, and she has to like back me up. And then when I go to dad, that would just like pull me in with his shirtless body.
Come close to my shirtless body. Let me hold you. No, I always like to snuggle when the little kids would come in and say.
I wouldn't even go to mom. I would just go straight for dad.
Same.
Like, I was like, she's gonna say no, but this guy.
That's right. Don't mess with my sleep. Okay, who else wants to go? Ella, you want to say something to Dad? What do you love about Dad? What's your favorite thing about Dad?
Funny,
He's funny.
nice, and sweet.
I'm nice and sweet. You're kind of sweet too, aren't you? Thank you, Ella. That was very nice.
Okay, who's next?
I remember Mom and I were sitting on the green, ugly, comfy couch. I was wearing my purple Mickey Mouse sweater. And you were just sitting on the chair playing your guitar and singing.
It was cozy. You liked the coziness of the moment. I think that's probably what she's feeling. I still love listening to you play.
Yeah, that's like my favorite. One of my favorite memories was like sit. I would like sit at the top of the stairs while you play the piano, and like you would be singing, or like sometimes like it was like you and Hannah singing, like the harmonies. Like that's definitely one of my favorite memories.
That's really sweet. I do. It's funny though. There's a video we have where Colby's a little boy. And I'm playing the guitar, and he's completely gone like out.
I remember seeing that.
And I'm putting Colby's name in it, and he's not moving at all.
At some point, I'm just like trying to ignore you, trying to sleep. I'm just like, shut up, I'm
Were
trying to sleep.
you awake and you were just?
At some point, like near the end, I woke up and I was like, dude, just shut up, I'm trying to sleep. No, but like something that I love about Dad is that even though he travels a lot and like is constantly like out and away, like in different states. Whenever he is home, he actually spends time with us and tries to know what happens in our day.
That's nice.
And I don't know, I guess a lot of people can't say that they've done that with their kids.
Yeah, thank you. That's nice. This sucks.
Colby wins.
I hate this.
I think I came second.
That's very nice. Thank you.
I'm just really thankful for the way that you guys have opened your arms to me and the family, and it's really special. So I just thank you for that.
We love you.
Yeah.
You're part of our family.
Are you happy the football team won?
Yeah.
Right out in the same category there, yep.
Okay, I'll go next. I mean, I have a couple. I obviously love how sensitive you are. And I think, just how you've been with Audrey and myself over the past, 4 years. I mean, I haven't slept in 3 days, so I'm tired. But I mean, we would not have been where we are, and people can't do things like this because they don't have that kind of support. And so, financially, you took care of us, and I think that there's always been a sense of peace because Audrey has you like I do. So.
Thank you.
That reminds me when we watched that Wolverine movie. We watched the Wolverine movie when that place got bombed by the nuke. You know what I'm talking about in the beginning. That reminds me. After I watched that movie at night, I would have been terrified of getting hit by a bomb or something. Bombs, hurricanes, or another one.
I was just at night coming down.
No.
I hope that you always feel secure and don't have to worry about bombs.
I have a silly one and a serious one. I remember I came down one Sunday for church in an outfit that you thought was a little too skimpy, and you told me that I looked like a hooker. I was wearing these little black booties, and you were like, you cannot look like a hooker going to church. So you made me go in and change. And so I went upstairs, I'm like, oh, I'm so mad. And so I'm like, how can I get him back? And so I decided to change into something worse. Because I thought if I changed into something worse, then you'd let me wear what I actually wanted to wear to church. So I did. I came down in the skimpiest thing that I could. And then you were like, okay, just go put back on what you had before. And I was like, thank you.
Oh boy, you won.
I did back down.
She worked, yeah.
as an adult, I think that, you know, something that I'm really thankful for is both of your guys' encouragement to pursue dreams. I feel like I never had a pressure to, like, you know, go into a certain career, or that I couldn't change my mind and what I wanted to do. That you always supported with me and whatever that I wanted to do. You've always encouraged me to live my dreams, you know, more than anyone else. So
I'm very impressed with all of you. I'm honored to be your dad.
I remember one time we were driving. Dad and I always dreamed about our future, and we were driving through the crack town of West Palm Beach, and our dad pointing to, like, just think of the worst house in the neighborhood. And he pointed to that. He's like, you know, one day I may not be able to get you something this nice, but we're gonna have a good time journeying and adventuring in life. You know, that's what matters, is pursuing life together. And so I think, you know, here we are, all these years with these kids, and so you've given me way more than a crack house.
You are worth it, baby.
And I know for a fact that all of us can say that we're grateful for the way that you have, you know, you've taken care of us all these years. But the amazing thing is that you've taken care of us all these years pursuing something that you are passionate about, and that you have had the opportunity to live your dream, live your gifts, live your passion, live your art in the midst of taking care of us. And the journey of our faith together.
I always think that God gives us He gave us you guys because He knew that we couldn't be the saints that we're supposed to be without you. And we have a long way to go, but you're part of making us into a better mom and dad, a better man and woman. And I'm so proud of you. Thank you for this. This is very ridiculous.
It was really nice to see my dad, you know, get a little emotional and get all that attention and credit that he deserves, and so everyone could go around and say something nice about him. I think he doesn't usually like getting all that attention and hearing all those things, but he deserves it, and he needs to hear how loved he is and how thankful we all are for him.
I think it was perfect. I think he gave like an authentic, real emotional reaction, which is the one that we were hoping for. So, but it also just makes you appreciate those memories, and hearing it from all the different kids' perspectives too. It just kind of reiterates the fact that we have a good dad.
Let's do a happy birthday for Hagrid.
Awesome. I'm ready.
Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Hagrid. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Hagrid. Somebody had a drool on the ground. She loves sleeping.
The fact that Hagrid's been with us 6 years is a testimony to our commitment to him. Oh gosh.
What are we doing?
Hey, alright, so I would like Colby, you and the boys help clear the table. Any of the leftovers go in the slop bucket, and I gotta go watch the rest of the Steeler game because my boys are playing. Boys are back in town. Obviously, the highlight for sure is Madeline and Hannah and Oliver showing up and just getting the chance to see my kids, and you know, they look great, and I miss them, and it's so nice to just have them just even here sleeping on the couch or lying around, and I don't know, it's the way it should be.
Hey, Sebastian's out again.
Come on! Are you serious? Come on! What the crap? Come on! Freaking this goat is gonna drive me crazy! How does he get out? He's out! Again!
I feel like he climbs on top of Ernie and just jumps off.
Did somebody let him out?
Yeah, we all just let him out for fun.
Oh my gosh, again. Unbelievable. Okay. You're going blind, Grandpa. That's not your grandson. He feels so stiff.
So if you can kind of think.
Yeah,
Hey!
it needs to be quiet out there.
No more talking. Shut up that
Or
stupid
take it in the library
Disney
for a minute.
music.
Take it into the library for a minute.
Chris, let
summary.
me tell you how you've done this wrong.
Right, well, honey, you've told me before. No, you're doing it wrong. You literally said
I've
that.
never. When?
It's on tape.
I don't
It's
think
on
it's
film.
on tape.
It's on film.
This film?
Yes, you filmed. Yes, yes.
You are so attractive.
Whatever. And
That's yeah. She's right.
Why not? Why? Stop closing your eyes. Oh, are you closing your eyes and expect?
let's do this. He's tired. I'm tired. Some of us haven't napped.
Oh, but I was working. I mean, not when I slept for a couple minutes.
And what was Linda doing?
Yeah, so you weren't working?
She's like, hey, let me just cook a meal. I mean, how hard is that? Thanksgiving! All right, so
all
anyway.
you were doing was talking, and you do that in your sleep.
I don't talk to myself. So we obviously we burned the fire pretty much for about 6 months straight, and you're always gonna have ash. You're always gonna have a lot of ash. Sometimes you can do a lot of great things with ash. We want to put our ash to use. One of the things, because of the winter and the roads and the amount of driving on it, we get potholes. I like to take a bucket of ash, and I like to put it in a hole. And as you can see, there's a good place for an ash hole right there, and there's another ash hole there. I'm gonna just keep filling it with ash. That would be another ash hole I would use. Some people say, Chris, why would you pour your ash in a hole? I mean, where else am I gonna pour it? You got good ash, you put it in a hole, an ash hole. I just want to show you how we put the ash in the ash hole. You gotta be careful, because sometimes an ash hole can be dirty. Sometimes you get enough ash on you, you'll look like an ash hole. So
Put the ash in the ash.
I know that's pretty juvenile. I literally stopped growing mentally when I was 13 years old. So